let's go through the actual process of that. So you're like, okay, Ingmar or whoever was before Josh is doing more stuff on their own. You need a new person. Who do you call? How do you put it out there? What does that look like?
This is really easy to talk real life. So I had just mixed most of the whole thing, the whole Free Black album for Black. And his engineer was so on point, man. Like the way that the things came in sounding, the stems, the headroom, the quality of the recording, the attention to detail on the files.
So the preparation and professionalism of the person getting you files was above and beyond.
Above and beyond anything I've experienced. And I've mixed, at this time, I had mixed for huge artists with Tony and a couple by myself. And just like, it was a clusterfuck. And this was just easy, man. I think we mixed the whole album in less than 2 weeks with notes. Like they came through and we sat on the couch and did notes. And then when I needed someone, I'd ask that engineer. I was like, JT, who do you know? And he's like, oh, like my best friend from Berkeley said, is at Interscope as an assistant, but he wants to be a mixer, so this would be a great opportunity for him. At first I was like, Berkeley, and then I was like, all right, let's just get lunch. If the boy can eat with me, then we'll be good. It's all I cared about.
Bonding over food.
Bonding over food, but also just like, what's the vibe? Like, can we talk? Like, what are we getting into? And then I knew right away. I knew, by the way, I think there was like this shrimp papaya salad at Little Sister in downtown that he was just like, what the fuck are we eating? I was like, all right, you got the job. It was really simple. He can correct me, but I think that was the vibe.
Let's do the linear path on this. You're looking for an assistant, and what you do is you contact someone who you don't really know very well, who you just worked with on this one project, who does excellent work, and you said,
excellent work.
You do excellent work. I'm looking for a person to be an assistant because of the quality of your work. Do you have any friends? Do you know anybody that's great? And they go,
I think I said, because it can't be you, who else would you recommend?
So look, I mean, this is the perfect example. It's like, my roommate from music school is also great, and I'm doing stuff for, like, that's how you make these connections. Like, the idea that you're going to get a submission page and find somebody that way is just an absurd thing. That's so much of the music industry is based on these interpersonal relationships. And people asked in the chat there, and asked also on the questions beforehand, well, what if I'm not in the big city? What if I'm in a faraway place? And the answer is, it's harder, of course, because you can't just go show up and meet people in places. But I believe even this story was the person that you found this way. Was this Josh, or was this somebody else?
Yeah, Josh. Yeah.
Was Josh in LA at the time?
Yeah, he was. He was working at Interscope at the time.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously that helps.
But Ingmar wasn't when I met Ingmar. He was in Portland. He moved down to take the job.
I was going to say, too, if people haven't gone and listened to the hour I did with Kian, I can't remember which episode, maybe somebody in the chat can say, Kian and I both worked under Eric Valentine for years. He worked there after me. But when I met Kian, I think I was in LA, he was in Santa Cruz, but we sort of bonded in New York. And so he wasn't actually in LA and wasn't actually ready to do that sort of thing. But it's like,
it can happen anywhere.
It can happen anywhere, and increasingly so. I think there are relationships that form on the internet, but in the end, it's really about the quality of the work. If somebody's doing great work, and you didn't get it, episode 47 with Kian. That's one worth listening to. We talk a lot about this journey and how he and I both got into becoming assistants for Eric. But like we said, so much of it, you interfaced with this engineer, not in person. You interfaced with them because the guy sent you files that were like, this guy really knows what he's doing. Everything is really well organized. I'm going to contact this person because they do good work. If I need something in the future, I need to find good people. I know this person does good work. They probably know good people. That's how so much of this stuff happens. That's how I've hired people in the past. That's how I think that's basically how I got my assistant job back in the day. Is I recorded local bands that people liked. There was this band called The Matches that ended up signing with Epitaph, and got to meet a bunch of people that way. But Eric Valentine got it passed to him from some other Bay Area, from actually Blag from the Dwarves. It was like a West Coast punk rock band, SF punk rock band, that the record just got passed around, and my name was on the back. So it was because the work was good.
Cool.
It got passed around back when CDs were the thing.